Eu pensava, Jesus já veio.
So when she would come, I would think Jesus has come.
E ela vai nos dar pão e comida e água.
She's going to give us bread and water.
E sempre que elas vinham, eu pensava, hoje é dia de Jesus vir.
And when she would come, I would say, oh, today's the day Jesus comes.
E eu sempre contava os dias de tipo para ela chegar.
And I would count the days for her to come.
E às vezes quando ela chegava, nós as pequenas não tínhamos pão ou água.
And sometimes on the day she would come, we the little ones wouldn't have bread or water.
Porque os grandes já estavam lá a levar tudo e nos empurrar também.
Because the big ones were getting there and pushing us away.
Ou nos bater.
Or beating us.
Porque eles também queriam pão.
Because they also wanted bread.
Então outros dias não tinha pão nem água.
So some days we didn't have bread or water.
E outros dias nós tínhamos.
And some days we did.
E eu comecei a ficar muito doente.
And I started to be really sick.
Eu já não aguentava nada.
I couldn't take anything.
Eu
couldn't handle it.
Até que eu pensava que ia morrer.
Until I thought I was gonna die.
Comecei a pensar, melhor morrer mesmo, porque mesmo eu estar viva, não tem como eu sobreviver aqui.
And I thought maybe it's better to die because even living, I don't know how to live here like this.
Então, chegou Mamãe Aida.
And Mamãe Aida came.
E eu pensei, Jesus já chegou.
And I thought, Jesus has come.
Então, ela estava a dar pão e água.
And she was giving out bread and water.
Eu fui ali, mas não consegui ter nada.
And I went, but I wasn't there in time to get it.
Mas eu queria muito água, porque eu estava com muita sede.
But I was really thirsty and I wanted water.
Então eu só fui dormir em cima de saco.
So I went to sleep on top of a sack.
Então Mamãe Aida passou dali.
And Mamãe Aida went by.
Então eu comecei a chorar.
And I started to cry.
E comecei a chamar o nome dela, Jesus, Jesus.
And I started to call her name, Jesus, Jesus.
Jesus, por favor, me dá tua água.
Jesus, please give me your water.
Então ela me carregou.
And she carried me.
E ela me deu a água que ela tinha.
And she gave me the water that she had.
Então ela perguntou, essa criança vive aonde?
And she started to ask, where does this girl live?
Então as pessoas que estavam ali, Maltamano Vidal.
And the people that were there.
Vidal.
He
was the first one who met Jesus there.
He was, can you say?
Vidal, the first guy who met Jesus in the dump.
Was there.
E ele respondeu, essa aí vive aqui mesmo, a casa dela é aqui mesmo.
And he said, this is where she lives, this is her house.
Então Mamãe Aida disse, eu vou levar ela para casa.
And she said, Mamãe Aida said, I'm going to take her home.
E você vai ser minha filha.
And you'll be my daughter.
E eu vou te levar para casa.
And I'll take you home.
Então era a minha primeira vez a subir carro.
And so that was my first time getting in a car.
E uma pessoa branca me carregar.
And a white person carrying me.
Então fui no carro.
And I went to the car.
Cheguei em casa dela.
Went to her house.
Ela me deu banho.
She gave me a bath.
E tinham me amarrado coisas de curanderismo aqui.
And I had witchcraft things tied to my body.
E minha avó tinha dito que eu não poderia deixar ninguém tirar porque eu ia morrer.
And my grandmother had told me, you can't let anyone take it off because you'll die.
Então tentaram tirar aquela coisa.
And they started to try to take it off.
Mas eu chorei, até quase bati muitas pessoas.
But I cried and I beat a lot of people.
Porque eu pensava que eu ia morrer.
Because I thought I'm gonna die if they take it off.
Então Mamãe Aida me carregou no colo.
No colo.
On her back.
And
on her
lap. Took me on her
held
lap.
her on her lap.
E me fez dormir.
And let me sleep.
Então depois cortaram.
And they cut it.
Quando eu acordei já não tinha.
And when I woke up, I didn't have it anymore.
Então eu só vi que estava viva.
And I saw I'm still alive.
Então eu fiquei muito surpresa como eu não morri enquanto tiraram a vida que minha avó tinha me dado.
And I was really surprised and I thought, how am I still alive if they've taken off this witchcraft cord that my grandmother gave me?
Mas depois começaram a falar, é Jesus.
And they said, but it's Jesus.
Então eu não sabia, sempre pensava que, é Jesus, então era ela que cortou.
And then I thought, oh Jesus, but it's Mamãe Aida that cut it.
Então começaram a orar para mim,
but they started to pray for me
porque eu parecia muito demônica.
because I appeared really demon-possessed.
Então oravam
And they prayed
muito, muito mesmo.
so much.
Eu me senti um pouco libertada.
And I felt a little bit free.
Então sempre acordávamos de manhã, a mamãe ainda tinha um boneco que metia a mão e depois falava assim.
Puppet.
And I would wake up in the mornings and I had this, Mama had this puppet.
I
That would
I
move like a
always
doll.
used the puppet doll and talked to her with it.
Então ficávamos na tenda e mamãe ainda contava histórias com esse boneco.
And we would be in the tent meeting and Mama would tell me stories with this puppet.
E a primeira vez que eu vi esse boneco, eu saía a correr, a chorar.
And the first time I saw the puppet, I would run and cry.
Porque eu pensava que é um bichinho que ela está a tirar para nos morder.
So I thought it was like a thing that was going to
A
bite
big
me.
bug that was
A
going to
bug
bite
that-
her.
Então me levaram de volta para ali na igreja.
But they took me to church.
E eu sempre via essa coisa, ela fazer assim.
And I would see the stories with the puppet.
E eu pensei, se é ela que está a pegar esse boneco não vai fazer nada.
And then I thought, oh, if it's her that's controlling the puppet, he won't do anything.
Se outra pessoa, talvez o boneco pode nos morder.
If it's someone else controlling the puppet, maybe it'll bite me.
Então, depois, passando mais dias,
And then a few days passed, more days passed.
eu já ficava acostumada com o lugar.
And I became used to the place.
Eu já me ambientava um pouco com outras crianças.
I was used to some of the other children, getting to know them.
Acordávamos de manhã a orar
We'd wake up in the morning and pray.
e orávamos para a mamãe também.
And we'd pray for Mamaida as well.
Orávamos para ter comida
We'd pray for food
e orávamos para as nossas vidas.
and for our lives,
Orávamos para ter boas casas
to have good homes
e para ter energia.
and to have power.
Porque tínhamos casas de caniço,
Yeah.
And we had Kanisu houses.
Houses of straw.
não tínhamos cama.
We didn't have beds.
Eu dormia numa esteira, não sei, com 15 crianças.
I was on a esteira with 15 other kids.
It was after the government took all of our buildings at that time, so we had lots of grass mats and children everywhere.
Mas mesmo ali eu me sentia feliz
But even there, I felt happy
porque eu sabia que estava num lugar protegido.
because I knew I was in a safe place, a protected place.
Então mamãe às vezes viajava para evangelizar
And sometimes Mamaida would travel and she would go do outreach.
e quando ela vinha parecia dia de grande festa.
And when she would come, when she would come back, it would seem like a day of celebration.
Porque nós todos corríamos para abraçar ela,
And we would all run and hug her
porque sempre sentíamos falta.
because we would miss her.
E sempre tivemos comida.
And we always had food.
Quando não tínhamos, Deus sempre providenciou.
When we didn't, God always provided.
E sempre ficamos felizes também.
And we were always happy. E você conheceu Jesus quando?
Eu conheci a Jesus através de muitas histórias,
I came to know Jesus through hearing a lot of stories.
porque eu sempre ouvia o nome Jesus, Jesus.
Because I would always hear his name,
Mas eu pensava que Jesus era a mamãe, tá?
but at first
Ele vive dentro de mim.
I thought he was Mamaida.
He lives inside.
Porque mamãe faz muitas ações de Jesus.
But she acts like Jesus.
Então, ela sempre falava de Jesus,
And she would always speak about him
nos fazer conhecer quem é Jesus.
and let us know who Jesus was.
Ler a Bíblia com ela
Reading the Bible
e nos ensinar a caminhar com
and
Jesus.
teaching us to walk with Jesus.
Então, um dia ela falou que nós tínhamos que orar
And one day she told us to pray
e procurar mais a Deus.
and to search for God.
Eu orava, mas não conseguia.
I prayed, but I couldn't find him.
E muitas crianças começavam a ter visão
and many children started to have visions.
e eu queria ter uma visão, mas não conseguia ter nenhuma visão.
And I wanted to have a vision, but I didn't have any. I
En-
couldn't have one.
Então comecei a aprender a orar
But I learned how to pray.
e um dia ficamos deitados.
And one day we were lying down,
É daí que eu tive grande encontro com Deus.
and I had a big encounter with Jesus.
Então eu via uma visão de que eu fui para o céu.
And I went into a vision where I went to heaven.
Então via Jesus com roupas brancas
And I saw Jesus in white robes.
e eu via Jesus me chamar de filha.
And I heard Jesus calling me his daughter.
E eu via que eu tenho uma casa lá no céu.
And I saw that I had a house in heaven.
Então Jesus dizia, essa é tua casa.
And he said, this is your house.
E lá no céu eu tocava flauta, aquela coisa.
And in heaven, você tocava.
Sim.
And in heaven I was playing the flute.
E Jesus gostava de me ver a tocar.
And Jesus liked to see me play.
E tinha muitas crianças ao redor.
And there were many children around.
Então eu sempre via a mão de Deus também
And I always saw the hand of God
a purificar a minha vida.
purifying my life.
Então eu comecei já a me alegrar com a presença de Deus.
And I started to become happy in the presence of God.
Às vezes, quando eu entrava no meu quarto também, eu via a imagem de Deus no quarto.
And sometimes I would go into my room and I would see a vision of God in my
E eu
room.
sentia, parece que o quarto está cheio do Espírito Santo.
And I would feel that the room was filled with the Holy
E
Spirit.
sentia, parece que Deus está me abraçar. Sentia um abraço.
And I would feel a hug. It was like Jesus was hugging me.
E eu já sabia, Deus está comigo.
And I knew God is with me.
Este é o abraço dele.
This is his hug,
É.
his embrace.
Wow, Amina. Obrigada por contar esta história. Thank you for sharing your story. It's amazing. And you're also somebody now, you're studying to become a psychologist, a Christian psychologist, which I just think you're going to help so many people. You've managed to take a life that started out probably one of the most horrific ways ever, and allow yourself to forgive people who have just done the worst things you can imagine since you were a tiny little girl. And I remember the day I found you, and you were really almost dead that day. And I'd known you in the dump, but I just that day that I brought you home, I remember that day. And I remember how much pain you were in, and you kicked and you bit and you fought and you were just in a lot of pain. But you have managed to press through, and you've managed to be an amazing woman who carries a lot of power, the power of love. You're resilient. You're beautiful, you're intelligent, and now you're studying psychology in university. That I don't know what that does for all of you. I'm undone here. I think this is one of the most powerful podcasts we've done, hearing these stories. A lot of people fuss, maybe they had a bad hair day, maybe they got a C in school, or somebody called them a name, but these two young women are overcomers. They are powerful overcomers. And I also look at my own daughter here, who shared her mom and dad with over 1,000 kids, and has also become just a very powerful, amazing woman in her own right. And I just look at these three women here, and I see what Jesus can do through a life laid down. And